Out of all of the new MMA fighters, DDP is the most interesting one, in my opinion. We got this guy from South Africa that's just not as stylistically aesthetic as your traditional fighters, especially in terms of the stand-up. His kickboxing, according to some people, it doesn't look that good. It looks like this is his first day in the gym, first time putting the gloves and shin pad on, just winging it, just like a gorilla on skates, according to some. And you know who that reminds me of? A certain Ronin, a lone samurai, masterless samurai that lived in feudal Japan. The type of samurai that would bring a wooden staff to a sword fight. The type of fighter that will throw the flashy, the beautiful technique to the bin for what works for him. I'm obviously talking about Musashi Miyamoto. And to me, Dricus resembles Musashi in more than the technique, the way he fights, but mostly in his psychology. What do I mean by that? You see, before every fight, every duel, Musashi Miyamoto would do everything in his power to piss off, to annoy, to unnerve his opponents. And I mean not just to annoy them slightly, but I mean get anger out of them, a strong emotion out of them. And what does Plessis do? Just that. If you look at his fight against Sean Strickland, slight remarks about his dad, deep, things that cut deep, things that even a man like Strickland cannot ignore. And we all know Sean. Sean is the one that always gives the verbals, not the other way around. And when you curse him out, he doesn't care, because you can curse him out as much as you want. He's got a tough skin. But on that day when DDP said the dad stuff and everything, he apologized obviously, but at that instant, it was on purpose. It was deep. It was mean and nonchalant. Like he doesn't care. And he had a grown man crying on podcast. And what did Sean do for that fight? Sean got shredded for the first time. I don't think Sean Strickland ever trained like that for a fight before. And even though this fight was arguably very, very close, I still believe that he managed to get that emotion out of Sean. It was anger that failed him. Anger, the desire to kill DDP literally in the octagon. And what did DDP do to AZ as well? In the press conference, making remarks, poking at him with the help of MMA guru, psychological warfare to throw him off his game, to make sure that AZ went into the fight emotional. And even though AZ did not fight recklessly, I know that it did take some type of toll on AZ, or at least made him look bad in the press and everything, made him look soft. That in itself was a victory before the fight. And when you look at DDP, perfectly calm, stoic, just like when Musashi Miyamoto fought the Yoshioka clan. If you don't know about this story, go find out about Musashi Miyamoto versus the Yoshioka clan. Now, when you look at DDP's fighting style, it looks goofy, and it looks like a man doesn't know how to fight like a professional fighter, but really and truly, he just understands fighting and doesn't need to use a lot of the technical stuff that is in the textbook, because even though he can use it, at certain times against these elite guys, you just have to do things a little bit differently. If you've ever read Musashi Miyamoto's book, The Book of Five Rings, he talks about something which DDP does a lot. It's the rhythm of the fight, changing the rhythm. DDP's rhythm is unreadable. Most of these fighters, they struggle to read his timing, his rhythm, because it's always changing. always changing the pace. Always, you don't know if he's going to grapple, if he's going to strike. You don't know if he's going to blitz you. And you don't know if he's going to go fast on you, close the distance. When he closes the distance, is it a blitz? Is it like a Michael Chandler type of overhand looping rights and everything? Or is it a takedown? What is it? You don't know if this man is just going to jump in the air, Superman punch. DC even said it, like sometimes DDP is punching and his feet are not even, both of his feet are not planted. And when you look at the man, there is a science to the madness. There is a science to the madness. The point that Musashi Miyamoto mentioned in his book, The Book of Five Rings, is to read and understand spirits. And DDP, I believe, does understand that. You see DDP sometimes in his fights, have you noticed that he's the most dangerous when he looks tired? And that got me thinking, even when before the nose surgery, was he ever really tired? Was he ever really tired? Or did he understand that if your opponent believes that you're tired, they're going to ease off and then you can tee off on them? You can surprise them. And I know what you guys are going to say or think, that Yuri is the guy that truly follows the teaching of Musashi. And to a certain extent, that's true. However, I feel like DDP is a more responsible fighter defensively, and he's more technical with the madness, with the unpredictability. And in my humble opinion, which is not humble, it is humble bragging, DDP doesn't even know Musashi Miyamoto, but he embodies some of the aspect of his teachings without even realizing. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think? So yeah, guys, it's your favorite YouTuber, Tenansko. If you like this video, you can click here, or just go on my profile, subscribe, and there's much more videos like this. And also check the link in the description to help support the people of Palestine. They don't want me to talk about it. Please do show support. And yes, until next time.
قالوا إنها وعد نحن عصبة الأسد فأتاهم زحفنا زائلون للأبد.